Hello and welcome to the Car Nerd Talks, where today I'm going to be talking about an SUV by Lamborghini. That's correct, another SUV by Lamborghini. And if you didn't watch the last one about the LM002, which I'll be talking about in a minute, then like an audition for something to do, just click the button. I'm going to run through this very quickly because there's not really much to say about this car other than it's probably the only high performance SUV from one of these manufacturers that I like. So without further ado, like, subscribe, and let's jump into it. In the 1980s, Lamborghini was owned entirely by the Mimran brothers, who had saved it from bankruptcy in the late 70s, and they had produced the LM002. They were trying to get a military contract, but that all fell apart, so instead they sold the LM002 as a luxury SUV to the Saudi Arabians. Now cut forward 32 years, and in 2012 VW were looking for a way to move their brands into SUVs. For example, the Porsche Cayenne had been released, the VW Touareg was kind of a high-end one of those, Audi had done the Q7, and VW was very, very much set that SUVs were the way to go, and this makes sense as that's where the market was going. So they wanted to look at their brands and see what could be done. Obviously Bugatti is out of the question, Porsche they'd already done, so Lamborghini was next on that, and they put out a concept car in 2012, but they decided not to go ahead with it. However, in 2017 they finally put the Lamborghini Urus into production, and it is pretty awesome, to be honest. Much better than the Aston Martin SUV that I couldn't care to be the name of. Bentley's one is crap, and Rolls Royce's one looks awful. Really terrible. As I've already said, in terms of looks, this thing looks incredible. Obviously they designed it more out of carbon fibre than anything else because this sits on the same chassis as the Q7 and the Porsche Cayenne. So they needed something to differentiate it, so they lightened the hell out of it and made it look amazing. The front looks very much like that wedge-shaped Lamborghini, only curved out. The back is higher up, so it kind of looks like it's aerodynamically sitting forward, hunched, looking like a tiger ready to attack you, or a bull chasing you, as Lamborghini probably describes it. This is an incredible looking car, and it was designed by someone who I'm not sure, I think it was Ital Design, which would make sense because Audi owns 90% of it. So this is a very, very cool looking car. They also fitted it with something very special. The original engine that was in the concept car for this in 2012 was a 5.2 litre V8 or V10, the same one that was in the Lamborghini Gallardo, and that's what they were going to go with. However, they decided finally, when they were going into production, to take the V8 from the Bentley Flying Spur and put it into this car, and from the Continental as well. This 4-litre twin turbocharged V8 could produce a hell of a lot more power than the V10, but also allow it to be more efficient in terms of economics. So it produces 691 brake horsepower, and that's 99 more horsepower than the exact same engine in the Cayenne, because it's Lamborghini and their tuning centre's better. It also produces 100 more torques, which is awesome. That gives it a performance figure of 3.2 seconds to 60, which is amazing, and it'll go on to 190 miles an hour. That makes it faster than a Gallardo, and if you've seen this thing, it's ridiculous. My final word on the Lamborghini Urus is that it was about time that Volkswagen did this. I mean, unfortunately, I don't want SUVs from the likes of Ferrari or Bentley or Aston Martin or McLaren or any of those, but I understand that this is the VW group and money has to be made. So of all ways to do this, I think Lamborghini took the best approach, and if I was to own a high performance Italian SUV, this would definitely be the one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you're reading this on DriveTribe, thank you so much, follow me there too. Have a great day.